Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's start with a wild thought. What if I told you that by 2025, about half the skills you use every day at your job could be, well, pretty much obsolete? The world of work is changing faster than ever, and in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what you need to know to not just keep up, but to get ahead.
All right, let's get right into it. We're calling this the 2025 skills shock. And trust me, this isn't some slow, gentle drift. We're talking about a massive, seismic shift that's already shaking up the entire professional world.
50%. Just let that number sink in for a second. According to the World Economic Forum, that's how many of us, half of all employees, are going to need some serious reskilling by 2025. I mean, think about that. That's literally 1 out of every 2 people needing a major skills tune-up just to stay in the game.
And please, don't think this is some far-off sci-fi future we're talking about. This is happening right now as we speak. This crazy pace is completely redefining what it means to be a valuable team member and what it really takes to build a career that lasts.
Okay, so what in the world is driving this massive disruption? Let's take a look at the major forces that are reshaping our careers and creating these pretty intense headwinds we're all facing.
You know, what's really mind-blowing is just how fast this is all happening. Just a blink of an eye ago, in 2020, the top skills were things like negotiation and people management. Now, look at 2025. It's all about analytical thinking, tech design, and being fluent in AI and big data. The whole focus is shifting from just people skills to this powerful mix of human smarts and tech know-how.
So, what's behind all this? Well, for starters, automation is gobbling up all the repetitive, routine tasks, which kind of forces us to focus on the creative, strategic stuff that machines can't do. Then you've got AI, which is becoming like a new coworker in almost every single field. The gig economy is booming, so we all need to be a bit more entrepreneurial. And of course, there's just this exploding demand for people with deep, specialized tech skills. These aren't just little trends. They're fundamentally changing the game.
So, knowing the problem is half the battle, right? But what do we actually do about it? Let's get practical and start building your personal future-proof toolkit, the absolute must-have skills for 2025 and beyond.
First up, adaptability. I want you to think of this as your career's immune system. It's not just about, being okay with change. It's about actually getting excited by it, being curious enough to learn on the fly, and brave enough to pivot when you see a new door opening.
Next, let's talk about digital literacy. And listen, this is way more than just knowing how to use Microsoft Office. We are talking about true digital fluency, the confidence to use all kinds of digital tools to solve problems, to actually understand the why behind the tech, and even to create with it. It's really the new language of work.
And finally, the ultimate human advantage, the thing that automation can't touch, emotional intelligence. As machines start handling more of the technical stuff, our ability to connect, communicate, empathize, and lead other humans becomes our single greatest asset. This is the skill that makes us irreplaceable.
And you can see here how these all fit together like pieces of a puzzle. They're not just separate skills, they're an interconnected toolkit. Your adaptability is guided by your emotional intelligence. Your digital skills become way more powerful when you pair them with critical thinking. It's the combination of all these things that really make someone stand out today.
Okay, so this all sounds good in theory, right? But what does it actually look like when a company puts these ideas into practice in the real world? Let me share a quick, powerful story of transformation with you.
So, picture this company, we'll just call them Innovate Corp. In 2022, they were in real trouble, facing huge disruption from new tech. But instead of just cutting jobs or buying new software, they made a really bold bet in 2023. They invested a ton in reskilling their own people. And what happened? By 2024, their teams, now armed with new skills, were able to completely pivot the entire business. By 2025, they weren't just surviving, they were leading the whole industry.
And I just love what their CEO said. It hits the nail right on the head. They said, "We didn't invest in new technology, we invested in our people's ability to master it." That's the key right there. Their success wasn't about the tech itself, it was about unlocking the potential of their people.
This brings us to the most important part of this whole conversation. What does all of this mean for you right now? Let's boil it all down to the key things you need to remember as you move forward.
Okay, 3 big takeaways. First, you've got to accept that constant change is just the way things are now. Stop waiting for it to calm down. Second, lean into what makes you human. Your creativity, your empathy, your EQ. That's your competitive edge. And third, lifelong learning isn't just a buzzword. It's the absolute non-negotiable price of admission for a successful career from here on out.
So, as we wrap this up, it really all comes down to this one simple question for you to think about. After everything we've talked about, what is the very first concrete step you're going to take, maybe even today, to start building your own future-proof career?
I'd genuinely love to hear your thoughts, so share that first step in the comments below. It's always great to see what everyone's planning. And if you want to keep this momentum going, be sure to check out our next explainer on personal development trends. Thanks so much for watching.